Okay, so I'm
Shit, you
gonna
can
ask you
scare
this.
me.
I'm
For
gonna ask
real.
you. So, would you be willing to set the lawsuit aside if there was new evidence that showed that C murder, in fact, is not guilty?
Of course. I wouldn't want no innocent. Yeah, I wouldn't want no innocent man sitting in jail. That part of like this is again is not this part of that is not about money. The part about money is my family suffering and I want them to get what they want. But if he really didn't do it and there's evidence that shows he didn't do it, I wouldn't want his money or him sitting in jail.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
So
All
let me
right.
ask you this: you deal with a lot of big people. So what if one day one of your close friends or whoever got these major platforms decide to use their platform to help C Murder get out of jail? Would you have any ill will towards them or any bad feelings towards them, or would you cut them off? Like, how would you feel about that? They're gonna
That's
be
how I
some
go, bro.
stuff. Them new Tyler's different.
I know.
That's how I
Oh
go, bro.
man, yeah. I retire. If my wife says she's pregnant, we going on Maury. I'm
That's
not
you,
the
huh?
po.
You not too?
Nah, we not doing that. Um, but yeah, bro, we back. Um, I told you them comments was gonna be commenting, bro. It was commenting. So we
I
gonna we gonna
know the funniest thing, right? They
we gonna
commented on the short more than the actual video.
we
Yeah.
gonna we about to get into some of them comments right now.
Yeah.
Um,
They was
we
talking
roll
about putting it on us.
we we rolling. Yo. We is back. We is back with another one. We back again. Y'all know what the business is in real life
In
though. I'm Boogie.
life, though. In real life, though.
I'm Ash with the facts. Back at it again.
Huh?
You dig?
Tired out your
If y'all don't
You
know,
dig.
yes. And we gonna call you a lifer. You a lifer veteran. This a round two. So
Facts.
you for the people that may not have seen the first one, we're gonna let you go ahead and reintroduce yourself like Jay-Z.
Man, Trinity Team 504, aka George Thomas, man. Happy to be back with the full team. My girl Ash back shining like new money. So look.
You dig? We back. Man, say bro, since that first interview, bro, we was just talking about it. We got a lot of feedback. A lot of feedback.
Yeah, I was reading. I tried not to get caught in it, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm
Yeah,
human. Yeah, so I get emotional and like sometimes it get the best of me, and I'm like, I gotta say something, man.
yeah.
Nah,
I
for
don't know
real
if
though.
they
You gotta
saw,
speak
but
your
wait, my bad. What'd you say?
Nah, I said for real though, you gotta speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's your piece.
Yeah,
It's part of your life.
but I do want to
All
say
that
this to all of y'all, right? Like I believe in God. I'm humble and I'm peaceful, but I don't want none of y'all to take that as an opening to play with me. Because if you
right.
catch me the wrong way, I will give you what you asking for. Now that's not a threat. I come peacefully. I come in love. I don't want no issues. I believe in calling the police and all of that. But you jump out there like you Billy Badass, I'm gonna give you what you asking for. So leave me alone and let me live. That's all I'm telling you.
I plead the fifth. Nah, for real though. I respect that. Like, as a man, you gotta let a person know what it is out the gate. So you fuck with this, you entertain this in the wrong manner, then you gonna get dealt with how you gonna get dealt with.
Right? Because I'm only here to plead the case for my family, talk about
Right,
my brother, and give the
right.
stuff that I know. Anything that's beside that, if you wasn't there, I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me nothing. I respect your opinion, but respect my facts. And catching me outside, like I said, I promise I will try to avoid you at all costs. But if you in my vicinity, I'm going to give you what you're asking for, just so you know.
Well, he said it here
Don't
first.
get with them. You can't
It
go.
came for the same song popped in my. You gonna get what you came
Brother,
for.
That's respectable, bro. Like, you know, like
Yeah,
I'm entitled to my fact and how I react to how you feel about your opinion. You feel like you want to be crazy. Just I hope you know how to do squats and sit ups and you got Marine training. Like for real, like you know, a man gonna stand on his word and he
Right.
willing to behind. He know everything. That's why when I say stuff, I be like, I don't care because I'm willing to die behind what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like it don't matter what it is. So I respect it, man.
yeah. Well, you know, speaking of that, we got a lot. We got a few. I ain't gonna say a lot, but we got a few. A little more in depth questions to go off because you know they gave us some. Man,
Yeah,
them comments was coming. I was responding to everything. I responded to. I ain't gonna say everything, but I responded to a lot.
I know I was trying, and after a minute, I was like, man, I can't keep up with it. It's too
Yeah,
many.
it was a lot. One of them had like 300 something comments on it, so you know.
yeah, we were fighting,
Um,
bro. Like I
The
couldn't do.
ones that was respectable that I saw, like Mac, like crazy, like I responded to them because
Yeah.
those
Right,
brothers was respectful. So I wanted to respond back in a respectful manner. And that's what I
right,
said the first time. What I don't get, all the people of who's who gave me nothing but respect, whether it was on the front line or behind closed doors. And I gave that same respect back. It was never an issue. It's the nobodies that's always coming at me crazy.
I even
most
Okay.
see
definitely.
Crazy
Well,
commented.
since you say that, okay, now I'm gonna ask you this question, and when I ask you this question, I'm gonna go ahead and say what I saw,
Mm-hmm.
not at the scene, but
All right.
just in general from this question I'm about to ask. So it was a
Okay.
lot of going back and forth about whether or not this club was a teen club or not. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you know, Body was going back and forth, but this like I feel I just want to know like what's your real perspective on this
Now
because
this I will say, because again I'm a man, and as a man, when we mess something up or we miscommunicate, we got to come back and correct that.
mhm.
So this
Right,
started as a team club, and that's what I knew it as. So I wasn't wrong in my perception of that being a team club. When I went away, that club was bought by somebody else. I was told later, and they had team night until like 8 or 10 o'clock, and then it turned to a full adult club. So that I
right.
didn't know. I learned this by doing the first interview with y'all actually.
Okay, so I'm
That
gonna say this.
somebody yeah, that somebody else hit me up and was like, "Hey, this was the club, this what it was, this what it turned into, and that's what happened that night." Now I didn't
Right.
know that, but when I found out, I hit Boogie up and was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I was wrong on this one. Like
All
this
right.
is what happened." So I will say that.
Well, I like the fact that you still stood on exactly what you said because that was the same thing you said in the first interview. Because of course I did watch the interview that you did the first time,
Mm-hmm.
but from my knowledge, I'm 35, so I don't know if I'm not that much younger than your brother. So when I did do the research and stuff like that, it was initially at that time a teen club. So they were saying like the
Right.
adult stuff would just be hanging in the parking lot doing their little thing, whatever the case may be. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hmm So you
But
said the same thing. So you killed two
the
birds in one stone.
but the feedback it was mixed in the comments, and this is and I'm a revert back to the comments because
Uh-huh.
a lot of what we gonna discuss is due to the comments. Like I told you, you know,
Okay.
um,
Mm-hmm.
the docket that I told you about, it was prepared.
Right.
We got the docket. This
Yeah,
is
you told me.
all from the comment section.
I
Um,
know.
so people was going back and forth. Some people were saying, man, you know, that spot wasn't no team club, and some people was like, initially at first it was a team club, but it got bad with two neighborhoods beefing or something like that, and they stopped it from being like team, but they still had younger people going around there, but it was really an adult club.
Right.
Um, like I told you, when I went, I didn't I nothing but grown. And when I went in there,
Right.
it was grown adults. I ain't see no kid, and I only went twice. But yeah. So that was one thing that they was going back on. They was people were saying, "Well, I don't believe nothing he said because he said it was a adult. I mean, a teen club."
Mm-hmm.
So you did call, and I commented. I told several people you called me like I think the day after, 2 days. and say you did misspoke on that one. So, you know.
And that actually came from somebody, one of my homies too. So that told me that. So I was like, nah, that's why I hit you too. I was like, nah, let me say what happened and what it was. I could stand on my mess ups.
Hey man, as a man, that's all you can do. You said something. You got the correct information. Um, you ain't trying to you're not trying to fight that it was a teen club. You like
No, yeah, and I still like, again, and I don't want to take away from what I just said, but I'm still gonna say,
Right.
if it's a teen club and it turned to adult at a certain time, then them grown ass men in their 20s and 30s, because that was their age at the time, and I understand our mindset, then you still shouldn't be there. Is how I feel, because you're not
so
gonna
wait.
parlay you being over
Right.
25. We want to go to a 25 and up, maybe a 30 and up club when you mature. But when you in that hood mind state or that other mind state, you trying to go to 18 and up. So I still don't think it's right now as a grown man. But
So
Right.
so from what I knew, it was 21.
okay,
That's the argument people had because it was a 21 and up. They stopped the teen. I never knew it. I never knew it to be. I'm not from across the river, so I don't know the
yeah,
history.
that's
But
what I knew it
they
before I
got
left, because I used to go to that bowling alley. Remember I
the
told you
bowling
when I
alley.
got
Yeah,
kicked out of
yeah.
school? That's why I knew it as a teen club.
All right, yeah. But so that was the whole confusion there because that at that time of the incident, that hour, that particular night, it wasn't supposed to
Right,
be
right.
no teens in the club. So that I and somebody called me and pointed out the fact that they even mentioned that it came out in the news. Like, why was he in an adult club at 16?
But he was kind of tall. He was kind of big though, right?
Yeah, he was a big youngster, but not only that, like, we idolized them dudes. So I don't know if I said that when I say idolize, damn near sacrilegious. Like, you couldn't tell us we wouldn't already sign to No Limit. And a story that I'm gonna tell you now that you may or may not heard, we even tried to sign with them, me and my cousin Glenn, at a younger age with them. We were all No Limit fans. So Lil Bro was like following me. So Brock was Carlos from Beats by the Pound. That's like his little nephew or cousin or something. He related to him in some form or fashion. Brock went to school
Right.
with us at Higgins before I got kicked out. So at this time, No Limit was heavy. Cash Money was local on they scene with BG and all them, but No Limit was national. And everybody, when I say every Pixel CD that came out, everything on the wall, like, that's what we was trying to get. So
Like
Brock take us
everybody else.
over there. Yeah, so Brock take us over there to meet Carlos. We rapping. Carlos tell us to come back, but we young. We like 14, 15 at the time. So we never come back. Ain't nobody thinking about it. Remember, I told you I had little 7 gram quarters. I'm thinking I'm doing something. But being in the vicinity of actually seeing that make me feel like, well, dang, I just saw Carlos from Beat by the Pound. We gonna do this. But of course, that music stuff never went nowhere.
Right.
But so he was gonna go. I'm saying all that to say he was gonna go meet him because that was like our idols. Like, he wanted to meet C Murder and be a fan. And the story before that, the Mardi Gras prior to him getting killed, because he got killed in January, so 2002. So Mardi Gras 2001, and I find this out from my little sister. I say my little sister, which was somebody Steve was dating at the time. She
Right.
told me that they saw him in 2001 on the other side of Canal, and he was with his daughters and somebody else, and they all asked for a picture. Super fanned out. And see, Murder was like, come on, come take a picture, but hurry up because I'm with my daughters. And he took a picture with him and all of that. This is the story she gave me after she'd been watching all my interviews. So I'm
Damn.
saying to say my
All
brother
right.
was going to do anything to get next to him. So he was going to go anyway. And then one of my homies gave him my ID. So they try to dissect. I don't know if you saw my Boss Talk interview when I said it wasn't, when I said it was a fake ID, and they was like, oh, first he said it was or it wasn't. When I say fake ID, I mean it's not his ID. That's what I
Right.
mean by a fake ID. He had an authentic ID, but it was somebody else's ID. That's how he got into the club.
All right. So look, let me say this right fast before we even keep going.
Mm-hmm.
People in the comments are saying you doing interviews and talking for a payday. Now, can you elaborate on that for us?
Yeah, I'm not about
to
to.
Up for the people that's saying.
Of course, the people are 100% correct. I'm not about to feel sorry for asking for something that my parents won. So again, miss me with the bull. So my parents won 2-point-something mil. You killed my little brother. My parents won the money. The reason I'm on the rant now is why I say I'm not gonna apologize for it. Boogie know, because I told him off camera. My dad's sick, like really sick, like back and forth out the hospital. So I'm in between Dallas and New Orleans all the time. So when my mom gotta get a helper for him, I take care of them from here. So I'm trying to take care of 2 families with me. By the grace of God, I'm doing it. So I'm not about to apologize for asking for what they owe. And you damn right I want the money. So all y'all that say that, you are absolutely correct. So what you want me to say? That don't hurt my feelings either.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Now y'all know. The man just said you think it's a fucking game. For the pain and suffering that been inflicted on him and his fucking family.
Right.
Yeah. He wanted the fucking money. Yeah.
And then you robbed them of the talent, because the talent that my little brother had, you should have just signed him. So ain't no telling where he would have went with that. So yeah, I was in my feelings all kind of ways. So you're not about to tell me, oh well, he shouldn't be asking for this. If it was y'all, you would want it. I saw my other homies say about a car wreck, about a work-related injury. I didn't even think of that from that standpoint, but the same thing. If y'all would have won something, then you would want it. So don't get mad at me for asking for it, because I want it.
They would have wanted it from a slip and fall, and would have slipped in the water to fall to soup.
Right.
The statement they're making is that you doing interviews for you to get paid, not the settlement, the lawsuit. They saying you are making money off your brother name, of his debt, of his unfortunate passing, and you just run around doing all these interviews just to make money off his name.
I'm doing this to get they undivided attention, which I seem to have, so they can do right by my parents. Because what the NAACP did, like I say, I can't blame them, because E Solid told me something different. So I believe E, because me and E got a relationship off camera too. I respect that brother. Now what E told me is the NAACP didn't come on behalf of C Murder, that somebody else sent them. Now that may or may not be true, but I gotta believe what E said. But I told E they played with my time, and they played with my intelligence, and they played with my emotions. So you came to the table saying that you would give us $200,000, which is 10% of what they would have won, if they would have signed an affidavit and said all of this stuff. But he got to come home, and it's the first time my daddy started going to the hospital. So everybody paranoid, thinking he was gonna pass. Can't use the restroom by himself, like a fraction of the man that he is. So hell yeah, I got mad. I called up everybody I knew and was like, why are these people playing with me? And then you turn your back like you don't hit me after that. So yeah, I started doing interviews because I want them to hear what I'm saying, and I want you to give my parents what they owe. That's why I'm doing the interviews. And again, I don't apologize for that either. So just like they could sit here and tell these bullshit stories about why he innocent and why he should come home, and you heard this narrative for 20-something years where everybody thought he was just picked out of crowd and picked on because it's JP, and nobody knew none of this other stuff that I shared, and we stayed quiet for 20 years. So you're not about to shut me up right now. So the same way, so every time something come out about dude got railroaded or this happened, I'm always gonna speak my piece. So that's whether I come on here, Boss Talk, Gangster Channel, on my own, but it's still gonna get out. So somebody got to pay for what happened. I can't get my brother back.
Real talk.
Okay, well, I have a question.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
the evidence that you have that's making you believe that C Murder is guilty, okay, that came from corrupt police, corrupt FBI agents and everybody, the feds, everybody, just
Yes, ma'am.
all corrupt. Have you actually talked to anybody besides the security guard and Wango that was there that night?
No, I'm about to. I'm about to. But those the two that of why I believe what I believe. The only other person that said that they was there was Rashid, Rock out the Magnolia,
Mm-hmm.
and he was the only other person that said he was there.
Okay.
But
So you
everybody
and Rock,
else
so you
that
and
I
Rock
hear,
gonna do that one-on-one
Dallas,
that
Houston, they always say, "Oh, everybody in the city." So why everybody in the city wasn't in the court is my question. Now, the first trial, I wasn't there. Like I said, I only got the transcripts. So you got multiple people putting him in multiple different
You was in
places, huh?
you was in jail for the first
Yeah,
trial. You was in jail, right?
yeah. I was locked up. I was in the
Wow.
feds in Leavenworth for the first one, so I didn't make it.
All
And then
right.
this girl that they keep talking about, because I read somebody else in the comments was like, talk to the girl. So the girl is the one who urinated on herself in the stand. I don't know her real name, so I won't sit up here and say her name. This during the first trial, where she said that they made her say it and she murdered and did it when they was talking about that outburst.
is her name. I want to say I seen Destiny or something
Yeah, it may
Williams.
be something to that effect. But I'm
It's
about to tell
yeah.
you why I believe that. So this is my daddy when he was in his right mind. So he not gonna tell me this if this didn't happen. He say after she urinated on herself, bless you, bro,
Bless you.
that she caught him in the hallway after her testify. She called him in the hallway and said she was crying and say she was sorry that she was scared for her life. And what my daddy said was he understood. He didn't even get mad at her. He said, I understand. And he just held her and let her cry. And I know
So
he not gonna make that story up. So that's why I
I
said if all of them are saying the same stuff,
He ain't made
that's why I believe that that dude did it. And
I
then
forgot where I saw that name at, but I think I was reading an article because, like,
mhm,
with this internet, bro, once you start talking about this stuff,
yeah,
all this
it's
stuff,
up.
listening, it pick up. So all kind of articles coming up, all people saying stuff in the comments. So I'm just looking at stuff, and I think I remember seeing her name come up, but she some kind of way they excluded her the second time, some kind of way. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened. She didn't testify, and
No,
it
she
was
ain't come.
another.
Yeah,
second
she ain't show
trial.
up the second time. She ain't
Yeah,
come the second time.
and there was another dude. It was a dude. I think his name started with a D. I think her name started with a D. I know. I want to say her last name was Williams, and his name was Darrell or Donald. I had it. I forgot to write that one down. Um. So they were testifying on his behalf, and it still didn't go in his favor. Is what you're saying?
Right, because they was putting them at different places. So somebody would say he was at the DJ booth with me. Somebody else would say he was in VIP with me. Somebody else would say he was standing at the door with me. So they put him in all different places. That's why it
Now,
ain't fly.
I'm glad you
Right.
said that. The 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 first time you said it was like people looked at the interview and they went off the amount of people you said testified.
Mm-hmm.
You stated everybody who testified was putting him somewhere else that
Right.
testified on his behalf. Do you know a roundabout closer number, like accurate, for the people who feel like
No,
you making up
because
this?
I made it an astronomical number on purpose. But yeah,
Okay,
the exact I really 8, 9-ish maybe.
okay.
Damn.
Yeah, but I like I say, when I was like 27th, I did that for a reason to say everybody was putting him at different places.
Right. No, it makes sense though. 8, 9, 5, 3.
Yeah, the first trial was crazy, and that's why it was a 12-0
God
conviction. The
damn.
only
See that?
reason he got out, did you get what I sent you on that judge
Wait,
on Sassoon?
wait. The first one I thought it was 10-2, and then the
No, the
second was
first one was 12-0. The
so
second
how
one was the 10-2.
so how did he get back in court on the
Because Sassoon said they withheld evidence that the witnesses had charges. That she was talking about uh
oh
Darnell and the other dude, the pedophile dude.
Darnell, who was that?
Donnell's
So
security guard, right?
yeah, so it's Darnell
The bouncer.
Jordan, which is the security guard dude, and it's the other Jordan dude. I always say his name, but it ain't coming. It's in the paperwork I sent
That
you.
might be who I'm thinking about. Something with it. His name start with a D too.
Yeah.
Jordan, that's him.
Who
All right.
the pedophile?
Yeah,
I ain't know
so the girl and I heard somebody else that tried to justify that. Miss me with that bull. That girl was not 17. She was like 15 or 16. And I don't care if you say that's normal in the hood. That's still pedophilia. So if you in your 20s and you messing with a child, that's still pedophilia. That means you've been looking at that girl since she was a little kid. That would never be okay with me. You can never make that okay with me. That means you ninjas are sick. You can't get a woman of your own age, so you rather deal with these kids so you can trick off G Nikes and little stuff that make them feel like you doing something for them while you sitting there slowly manipulating them. That's what. So yeah, and you see it in every hood. So you're not about to tell me that that's okay. Then he got the girl pregnant, and then they end up killing the baby. That's what happened. Not purposely, but like smothering or something in a sleep, whatever the case was. And when the baby died, dude said he know how it feel to lose a child. So this why they came back later and was like, oh,
So
well, the police made him say that. Yeah, if that was the case, he wouldn't have said it in the first trial. Stop
was
it,
he
man.
was he was somebody that was actually there? Was he?
Yeah, he was inside the club.
No bouncer, no employee, no nothing.
No, just a regular person in the club, right?
Okay. So you basically explained already how your brother got in the club. I don't know if you know, but I'm gonna go ahead and repeat it because I don't know if they missed it because you know people comprehension is a little small and you know they got a little short attention spans. So you said that your brother got in the club that night because they used your fake ID. So that's
not mine, but my homeboy's fake ID.
Your
my homeboy's ID, his real ID, but I say fake ID because it wasn't his. That's why I say fake.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So like that night when he went to the club, he didn't have any of his friends with him, and none of his friends testified. Like he just went by himself.
I don't now this is again where I differ. I don't think he went by himself. I don't. I think he went with somebody, whoever that somebody is, was scared of them dudes for whatever reason and just don't want to come forward. That's what I think. Okay. But everybody else, the narrative is he went by himself.
Okay.
That's I don't think so. Too young. But I got a question too, because I had heard the name a few minutes ago. Being that you did fair time, and you understand, right?
Yeah.
What bad law is first and foremost.
Right.
What proof you have that say that Wango was an FBI informant / rat?
Now again, I know they don't want to take my word for it, and like Ash said, we talking about FBI and policemen, but me looking at what I looked at, I don't think they gonna make this stuff up. That's what I think. I don't think that they gonna say this is what it is when that wasn't what it is. And the fact that he was beating all of those murders was like, this has to have some truth to it. Now, remember, he got killed in like 2017 or something too, because I heard one of them try to like pinpoint me like I was lying. So the first person I met in the feds was Wango brother, who said the same stuff. So Wango was in trouble when I was home when this stuff happened. When they call the DA,
wait, you said Wango brother, you was locked up with his brother, and his brother told you he was an informant?
Yeah, first, before Wango brother was in the feds first, like 2006, 2005 or something like that.
Right.
This the first time.
You talking about Adam?
Yeah, something like that. I just knew him as Wango brother. Like one of them, like I knew Pooh Man as Pooh Man. I don't even know Pooh Man's real name. So everybody had their little nickname. But coming home, this is the two reasons, Ash, because you asked me this earlier, why those two people hold so much weight to me. So my first day home, the bouncer, Darnell Jordan, came to my house. And again, you could tell me 1,000 times you was threatened by the police. Can't no police make you come to my house and say what you said. Ain't no justice in, oh, I came here because the police made me say that. That makes zero sense. He actually came to my house and told me what happened. The bouncer himself, and then he used to cut my hair and cut my daddy hair. So this is why I believe it. This is before the second trial. Now fast forward. So then when we get all the stuff from the DA, this is Wango now. This is Wango's talk of what they saying. So this first time is not in person. This via telephone or everything that happened.
Okay.
Wango in person, probably like 2014, 2015, where Wango come to my house. Now, everybody that know Wango's demeanor and Wango's reputation on the street, a real life killer. So again, you don't have no reason to come to my house to lie to me.
Yeah.
Other than like flat out respect. That's all I can say. No other reason other than flat out respect to say this is what happened.
I gotta challenge that one, because if you under the gun with the feds and you know how they get down,
right?
They can put that pressure on you to, like you say, he had all them cases. He might have been in the midst of one of them cases. You don't think that angle could be where, like,
but if he murdered a right hand man, why not put it on wine? Like, I'm gonna use him as an example because that's the first one that tried to take the charge. If I'm Wango and I rock with C Murder the way I rock with C Murder, why not just say it was wine that did it and get wine gone?
I see what you're saying.
That's why I said
when he came talk to you, instead of him saying it was C, he could have easily said it was
right. And look me dead in my eye.
Well, what if the feds told him, you gotta confirm it's C Murder because this who we, what if the state police, he had a state charge,
this is what we want.
This is what we want. We don't want wine. We don't. So when you go talk to him and his family, you tell him what we want you to tell him. If you say anything else, all these charges we got on you, you're gonna eat them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. I didn't think about it like that. I only thought if this your right hand man
like that, bro. I just want everything to be, because my experience with JP and that whole system over there, bro, I don't have nothing good to say about them people, bro. Nothing.
So like, you got this is when the reasonable doubt stuff came up. So this when Peanut, that's Darnell Jordan's nickname, and I called him. This when he blocked me because we used to talk on a daily, and he was like, he was being blackballed in the music industry when I was like, what's up with this? And this man, exact words, if I'm lying, I'm dying, right hand to God. That man said there's a difference between the Hollywood, the TV stuff in real life. He said, oh, we said that for ratings. Oh, they blocked me. I was blackballed. This is why I said that. And if you watching, you know you said that. You got to look in the mirror. Ain't no reason why you gonna lie to me or say, oh, the police made me say it. The police didn't make you say what you said to me twice. So that's why, again, another reason why I believe what I believe. So keep in mind, I'm still doing my research because like everybody else, I'm shocked when this happened. So this is why Wango come to me. The reasonable doubt stuff. And then I told you,
how did that meeting happen?
The streets. I'm not a street dude. I don't profess to be no street dude, but I know somebody that knows somebody like everybody else knows somebody.
Yeah.
And the meet helped. And it was like, this is what happened. This is my word. And that man looked me straight in my eye and said, if you're going to kill me, you're going to do it now. I said, yo, we not here for that. You came here. He was like, this is what I said, what was true. This is what happened. That was it. Left on a good note. So that's why the talk on the street, which I still don't think it had nothing to do with that case, but they were saying he was the only one that wouldn't play ball and change his statement like the other two. But I told you, Gangster told me something different. So I don't think Wango's demise had anything to do with this case.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. You said in your first interview that Wango went back to the club to get the tape. I'm trying to see, how could he go back to the club to get the tape if it was a crime scene? Like, how or why would he even be able to do that if it was still taped off? They still got people out there.
No, so this true. So the killing happened like on a Saturday. He went back to the club like a Monday or a Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Supposedly it's payday. And I know this true because all of them said that too. Because I got on the bouncer when I said, so you let one N-word come in here and scare all of y'all? But supposedly how the story go is Wango went up there with a chopper, said what he said, got the tape, and then
So
left.
the police didn't take the tape that night?
No, the club owner said it wasn't a tape that night.
Oh.
So remember I told you the second part. This is why I say again, when E Solid told me that the NAACP acted on themselves, I said, well, why would they come to me playing with me and my family like that? Because the other thing that guy told me was there's still a videotape out there. This is what Ryan Haley said, that it's a videotape out there that he's willing to show me and my family, but he's not willing to show a judge. And I say, oh, you think I'm a jackass? Like, I'm in IT. So either the tape is tampered with or there's no such thing as a tape. Because if I got a tape that'll show he wasn't the trigger man, why aren't you willing to show that tape? Even if the narrative is he passed somebody else the gun. That still will free you of a murder. You will be an accomplice, but it will free you of your second-degree murder charge.
So they never had a tape in court. There never was
No, because the owner was saying that it wasn't a tape, that it was no recording of the tape. But part of Wango's agreement was the witness tampering, that he did go there to scare them and get the tape and supposedly destroyed the tape. So when the NAACP came to me, remember this only 2.5 years ago when I talked to them, that he came and said that it's still a tape out there and supposedly the club owner moved to California and he's trying to extort them for money for a tape, which again, I still don't believe. Because you wouldn't play with your life like that if something was still there. So I'm like, no, you trying to talk to me like I still live in poverty is what you're trying to do. And you're trying to finesse me. But according to E Solid, C Murder didn't know nothing about the meat and that the NAACP acted on their own. But I said, well, somebody sent them.
Yeah, somebody definitely did.
Somebody did.
The lady. That's who Wango had that charge for. That's why I saw her name. The lady that testified.
Yeah, the one who used the bathroom on herself on the stand.
Well, yeah, I don't know that part, but yeah, her. That's where I seen her name when I went to because people was challenging you saying, all you said about Wango. He Calio legend, hood legend.
They could they could challenge what they want. You're not gonna tell me what I saw and the facts. And another thing I want to say about the files. So you gotta request the Freedom of Information Act. You can't just go on there and get it. So I gotta backtrack with that one too, because I told you could go online and see it. But you gotta request the Freedom of Information Act, and that's how you could get it.
Yeah, because they wanted to know how you saw the files.
Right. I went because I went to the FBI office back there by Suno. That's how I know, because I went there directly. So when I come home, I called them. I used to get a call from them, from the DA, from all of them. But when I went home, it was during the what happened with the cops? Something happened with the police and the shooting. And I went home from that. So I do a lot of, with my nonprofit, that's what I do. I work closely with them. That's why I say I ain't got no hangups about none of that stuff. I'm a full-blown civilian. I try to work hand in hand with the politicians here in Texas. I'm pro-police officer. That's their job. They put their life on the line. So by me being a tax-paying citizen, I will call the police. You get past the police, I'm going to light your ass up like it's New Year's you come here. So that's all I'm saying. But I don't want that. Again, I come in peace. But so I went home, and the FBI back there on Franklin, you know what I'm talking about, by Suno. That's where I went. So I talked to my people the way I talk to my people.
Shut up, Boogie.
Now I gotta be honest, Boogie. They take me to play with, man. I come in peace, man. I don't want no troubles, man. Y'all hear that? I come in peace. I don't want no troubles. I'm a God-fearing man, so leave me the hell alone.
Yeah,
please.
They will want us.
Man, I
Oh
got one more.
man.
I got like two more questions. One bro, I'm gonna ask you right now. Cause you said his name. Every time I'm gonna ask you something about somebody, you'll say his name first. Wine Flowers. Now, Wine Flowers, he took the link. Well, let's say he he took accountability.
He took the so about 3 weeks.
Brother, right?
Yeah, about 3 weeks before the second trial, he did it.
All right. So he took the for unaliving your little brother, right? But he changed his mind though, right?
Right.
After the police and the prosecutors came at him with what? I think there was a death penalty or something.
That because he was already serving life in Georgia. So they said, okay, we accept your plea of unaliving this 16-year-old, but we got to get some noise out you because you're already serving life. So we want the death penalty.
But do you find it odd?
No, I don't. Like, Tidy, you ain't. I know you ain't green, Tidy.
You don't find it odd that they went at him that strong to get him?
I don't. I'm about to tell you why. Because I know you're a real brother. I know you're not green. So you know it's been plenty of times at home people that already got life charges take charges to free other people. So they was like, all right, you already serving life in Georgia, then we want the death penalty. That's why they came at him that strong. But like I said, if he really did it, and everybody said that, well, if they said they gonna kill him, wouldn't you change your mind? I wouldn't even gonna say I did it if I'm not willing to accept the consequences. That's just me though.
Right. Nah, I understand.
People gave pushback on that.
Right.
They say you saying you would just accept it, but a lot of people not about to just take no damn death penalty.
Yeah.
Like,
why would I say?
life.
Why would I agree to the body in the first place if I'm not willing to accept the consequences? That's what I'm saying. And not knowing if them consequences gonna be life or death.
Right.
Why would I say I did it unless it's gonna be life or death?
Well, if I'm already sitting on life, I'm cool with doing life.
Yeah. If they give me another life sentence, but them asking about to kill me, man.
You about to kill me? I ain't trying to take myself off the chessboard. No, like I did it, but he just gonna have to sit with me while I do life over. Like he ain't want to come off the chessboard completely.
Right.
Is the angle is like, okay, again, you dealing with see how you going off. You know, your field. Everybody looking at this through their own lens.
Right. And me too. That's why I say I'm going off what I would do if I did something and I gotta eat a charge, then I gotta take what comes with that charge.
JP is not, and you lived over there, bro. Them especially Gretna, JP, bro. They on record for being the worst, the most racist police force.
Right. I'm not gonna sit here and defend that the system is squeaky clean. I'm just telling you why I believe what I believe.
No.
And then after, let me tell you what Harry Lee did. Let me tell you what Harry Lee did after this happened. So when I go home, I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna show you. So after this happened, Harry Lee comes. Harry Lee give my daddy police issue guns. Police issue guns.
What?
Huh?
Wait, he gave him what?
Police issue gun. After this happened,
I just had to make sure I heard
after my little brother was murdered, because remember they were saying people was riding around my parents' house and all of this stuff. So Harry Lee came. He gave my daddy, again, I'm gonna say it for the fourth time, police issue guns, and say if anybody come to your house unexpected, you have the right to let them have it, like the old commercial. Let them have it. And then he gave my daddy the firearm, the whole paper that's still on the wall till this day. When I go back home, I'm gonna take a picture and show you. So I'm saying that to say, when this case happened, JP was nothing but good to us. So I have nothing negative to say about JP at this point. But before that, again, I'm not gonna say that their reputation was squeaky clean. But I'm saying right now, they showed nothing but love to me and my family.
Right. And that, so you, again, so you speaking from that end. Somebody else like myself who had bad experiences with them, I'm gonna speak from a different end. But what you just said, for them to come give your parents guns and say shoot. See, that's the part I think a lot of people trying to get you to see as far as how they view. It was a thing. See, you was locked up. No limit cash money. They was trying to knock all them off the board. It was a thing that was known like throughout the city. So when it happened, it was like, damn, they got him. Damn. Then Matt, now they got like, and the same scenario happened. I want to say almost exact. The person, somebody stepped up to say, "Hey, I did that," but they told them, "No, we got who we want." Not okay. Let's hear you out. No, we got who we want. We don't even want to hear nobody saying it. So when Wine come back and try to take the lick, it's again, no, we don't. Oh, okay, you did it. Yeah, all right, we gonna let's get you ready. You out of here. You want to take it now? You see what I'm saying? It's like that pressure.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why when you look at the comments and you look at people fighting so hard, to them, I'm assuming to them they looking at it like you not being open to seeing it the other way that it could be.
No, I am open to that. I'm not blocking it off. I'm just letting them know why I believe what I believe. I'm hearing what they saying, but what I'm saying is Wango and Peanuts stuff combined on top of Wine changing his story all makes sense to me. Now I hear what they saying that maybe Wine changed it because he don't want to die. But what I'm saying, like I said earlier, if that was the case and he really did do it, why didn't Wango say it was Wine?
That same pressure. That would be my answer. The police pressure.
Yeah, ever look at it like this shit? You can't. You never look at it like this shit. You can't trust a rat. So you really wholeheartedly believe what a rat say? He a rat now.
So I hear you, but I'm a little different, Toddy. So hear me out when I say this. When I look at a man that took another life, I don't look at that man as a rat. I look at that man as a killer, and killer respect killers. So you could say somebody a rat. One-on-one, you're not gonna push that rat buttons because he's still liable to give you your issue at the end of the day. Right. So that's why I said if a man look me in my eye and tell me something, I have to take him as his word. Me.
Nah, any man should.
Well, I just gotta interfere. Like nobody thought to test C murder for gun residue on his. I'm just saying.
Not that I know of, because what was said is they threw the gun in the river.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why gun residue testing will come in there, because no matter if you shoot a gun, all that their residue gonna come back. So I don't see why nobody thought to not y'all as in a family, but for as like the police, the detectives, all these people that's supposed to be working this case, to try to put the real killer, whoever they would be, if it's murder, in jail. Why nobody tested him? Why nobody thought to test him? Bring him in for testing with questioning.
I don't think they got arrested like on the scene. It was like
no, they got caught a month later at the House of Blues.
A month later?
Yeah, like a month later, right? 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the House of Blues. It was like 3 weeks to a month later, something like that.
Yeah, by that time the residue as
but I was just
everything was gone.
Yeah.
At that time, I was a kid, and I just like to ask questions like that, just for people that's young, that's watching this, that may have those same questions. Because us newbies, that's the first thing we think. Well, why didn't test for gun residue? So now it makes sense why they didn't test for it, because it was a month later. All right, got it.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought it was right on the scene too. Damn.
No, it wasn't on the scene. He went to the House of Blues. So they did see murder name came up first, and then what I hear, and that may or may not be true, I ain't see that in the paperwork, somebody saying that Wine was the first person that they questioned. I did read that in one of the comments. So I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah.
From what I told you when we was live.
Yeah, that was the street
I know from what I heard, it wasn't even he stepped forward to say, and it was like, no, we want him. Like it wasn't even a thing of we think you did it, we heard you did it, we don't care
Right.
if you did it, we want him. We don't want you. That's why I said, so when everybody keeps saying that, like
Mm-hmm.
dude really was from the get-go,
Trying to
but
take his charge.
trying to take it, but they didn't want to
Okay.
hear none of that. They wanted
So
the big
So
name.
I didn't hear that. What I heard is he said he did it while he was in jail serving a life sentence already.
It was told to me. My
No, I
journalistic
got you. Yeah.
covers. I can't give up my sources, but yeah, it was told that he took it. He tried to take the charge. Initially, he wasn't, but then he came forward when they heard they was going out to sea, and he was like, "No, that's me." And you know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, bruh, that's why so many people fighting, like, bruh, like this, like they really that's the railroad. Like this man really,
No, yeah, I
but
got you.
that's why they like if you whine, all right, you accepted life. You in Atlanta, you wherever you at, you accepted you death for life. You ain't no comeback. You cool. You gonna live in jail. You didn't adjust it. That's your new life. But now they saying you can't have that life. We gonna take it all the way off. That's the whole thing with everybody looking at it like, damn, you don't want to take that into consideration. Like, what if wine really did do it?
Again, I'm spiritual, so I'm different. I'm not God, but I believe in God. So had I
Right.
do something that causes me to have a death penalty, to me, I'm going home. To me, I'm free. So I'm not gonna be scared to say me, but I can't speak for nobody else. You can't scare
And
me with debt because I believe in God. So
okay. So I'm
Shit,
gonna
you
ask
can
you
scare
this.
me.
I'm
for
gonna ask you
real.
this. So would you be willing to set the lawsuit aside if there was new evidence that showed that C murder in fact is not guilty?
of
Would
course, I wouldn't want no innocent. Yeah, I wouldn't want no innocent man sitting in jail. That part of like this is again is not this part of that is not about money. The part about money is my family suffering and I want them to get what they want. But if he really didn't do it and there's evidence that shows he didn't do it, I wouldn't want his money or him sitting in jail.
All
okay.
right.
So
All
let me
right.
ask you this. You deal with a lot of big people. So what if one day one of your close friends or whoever got these major platforms decide to use their platform to help C Murder get out of jail? Would you have any ill will towards them or any bad feelings towards them, or would you cut them off? Like, how would you feel about that?
No, I don't mean no disrespect, ECO. You know I love you, brother, and it's come from the heart. I think Boss Talk do that right now. He no limit for life. So he always interview them dudes. But we got like mutual respect. Well, that's his fam. Is why I say I never get mad at his real family and his real friends that was with him. I never get mad at them for saying free him because I understand that's they people and right or wrong, they gonna stick by him. All
Okay.
I ask them people is don't get mad at me for believing what I believe and riding for my family. So I never get mad at his family, his daughters. I never said anything disrespectful. I never will, because that's not who I am. So
Right.
the
Understood.
only people I get pissed at, like I said, the ones that try to come in the comments and give me like the little slick threats. I'm like, man, go ahead. Like, God bless you. Like, you're not scaring me with your tough talk. So miss me with the bull, but
Right.
like, go troll somebody else, man. I'm busy. Go play. I'm trying to
Nah, for
raise a
real.
kid and I'm trying to take care of my family. So I'm busy. So go play.
I want to go back to that night. I know you say you was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody in your family ever say, well, Steve made it to the club in this car? How did Steve get there?
Yeah, nobody don't know. That's why I'm telling you I don't think he was by himself. Because like most 16-year-olds that sneak out or whatever the case, we gonna get there however we get there. You got partners out there, you got whomever. So he got out, he
Yeah.
snuck in. Like I said, I know how he got the ID. Because my
So
partner told me he
it
gave him the
wasn't
ID.
never no friend, nobody that was like, yeah, I was there. I was
When I asked my partner, he said when he gave him the ID, he came to his house. He said he was by himself when he came to his house. But he said the same thing I said. He said, I don't think he went there solo. He said, but your little brother was like you. If he wanted something, he was gonna get it. He said all he wanted to do was meet them cats that night, hoping he could get a record deal.
Right.
and it wasn't. It was said that it was supposed to be some type of
Rap
rap
battle or
battle.
something. Yeah, one of
I
I guess one of the true artists, whoever it was, somebody C Murder was bringing out, supposed to be. But you know how the entertainment work, like it's supposed to be hype on that person, and that person was supposed to win. But supposedly my brother out rapped that person, and that's how the argument started. And they said when he got off stage, the words were still passed, and I guess one of them bumped him or swung on him or something, and he swung back, and that's when he got jumped.
see. It's
Yeah.
different stories out there
Yeah,
because
that came from Fiend, by the way. Fiend said that.
um I heard from God bless the dead. I ain't gonna say his name again. That's one of my sources, but he's no longer here.
Mhm.
Uh, it wasn't nobody that C actually had signed to him. That was with them. Like they had just got there 15, 20 minutes before all hell broke loose. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Right?
so many different stories. It's like, and the people in the comments, if y'all
Right.
make it this far, y'all gotta understand your story, that story, his story, your story, your boy's story. Everybody got all kind of different stories, which again, that's a part of why everybody's doubting it. Like
But
the
where were
real
they?
truth.
So this is
Right.
me. So now this is me. Where were they when it was court time? If they saying they was there and this happened and that happened. So if you
I,
wasn't willing to go to court, then shut the hell up. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. If you telling me what I heard was secondhand, at least the secondhand I heard it from was credible. The people that was there and the FBI and Jefferson Parish. If you getting yours from your big cousin, baby mama, first cousin, I don't want to hear it.
how did it get to how did the case get to the feds?
Because Wango was working. Wango was working for the feds. The state see murder case is a state case. Wango got the fed charge. The last known charge was the drug charge that he got picked up for. And he said he tried to implement Master P. So he said Master P actually paid him to make
Huh?
it go away. And it was P who told him to get rid of all the evidence. And that No Limit was started by Richard Pena. And no disrespect to you, Mr. Pena. I'm only repeating the facts here. But so according to Wango,
Right.
Richard Pena was the man behind No Limit Records. So
So so Wango testified in the trial, or
no, he did.
he
Yeah,
just gave
he wrote.
statement.
Yeah, he wrote a statement.
A
This is
statement?
why it was sealed in the beginning.
No, man.
Yeah,
So
Nigga
that's
said,
why the feds got involved with the case because
right. And
by
this
him
is
have
and this is why P and Silk. Why I believe now they may have a different reason, but this is why I believe they didn't come to the second trial. And that judge, the paperwork that I sent you on her on Sassoon, remember it was said that she got a bag, she got a big bag to actually give him the retrial when it was 12-0 conviction the first time. Because you asked me that one wasn't 10-2, that one was 12-0. So now with her corruption and then supposedly P telling Wango what he said, so now the feds was looking at it. So for the second trial, the only known face I saw there was Mia X. That was it.
Leave it up to
so
Mia to still be there in the
Yeah.
picture. Put it
Me,
on Mia. Shout out to Mia. Hey.
salute
so
to
No,
Mama
no, no
Mia.
offense. No offense. I'm just saying.
Mama Mia, I love you. As a matter of fact, you're one of my favorite female rappers. I'm just telling the story. I don't know you personally, hon. I have no issues with you, but you are my favorite female rapper. So shout out to Miss Mia X. But yeah, she was the only person there that was somebody during the second trial.
right.
So did you hear about the political side of it from the other way? The judges and the DAs who were up for election, because there was a whole big deal about that came out. And
I watched Rashid's video with the homie Crypto Jesus. Shout out to Crypto. And he had mentioned something to that effect. But he was saying that they were picking on Sassoon and they made it about Sassoon giving C Murder a re-election. So that's the first time of me hearing
a
that.
retrial.
Yeah, a retrial. But I told you what was behind that. Supposedly she had the bag.
Right. So she was running for re-election, and they came at her with the whole bribery thing to get her out the way.
Right.
So that's what he was saying. It's like it really wasn't no bag. It was just her doing her due diligence, I guess, or whatnot. So see, that's why. See, bro. That whole system over there is just, it make it hard for me to trust anything from them. Like, and I get it. And people gotta understand too, it's your brother. So of course you're supposed to, it's hard for you to withdraw yourself from that being your brother and just say, all right, yeah, JP was dirty as a mother. I could see that happening. Would you say you could see that happening?
Right. And again, that's why I said if somebody that was actually there, then I'd be willing to listen. That's why I told you Rashid, I don't have no problem with Rashid. I say that's his cousin. I sit down with him. You gonna help up with your cousin whether he did it or not, and I'm gonna be there for my brother. But if you got something that actually proves what you're saying, then yeah, I sit down. I sat down with E because E told me he wanted to tell me some stuff that I didn't know. And like I said, me and E like good now, like jam now. So
shout out E Solid.
Yes, sir. Shout out E Solid. But
good
so
dude.
if somebody coming, bro, like respectfully, I don't have no problem sitting down, man. It's everybody that's coming crazy that I got a problem with.
Well, y'all know people gonna ride with whoever is the most popular. You know, all those same people in the comments trolling, doing this and that, saying whatever they saying. Probably gonna put money on C Murder books. So you just gotta ignore the stuff in the comments, because at the end of the day, you know, I've never lost like a sibling, but I have lost like first cousins in the same notion of gun violence. And with that, it's like a messy situation. Just like Boogie said, everybody's saying what they're not even there, but everybody got 20,000. Who did, who this, who that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel there's a chance, you know, keep fighting for your brother, keep doing what you're doing. You know, it is what it is, and hopefully God reveals who actually did it, and you know, so y'all can move past this, because it's been years, and grieving don't never stop.
Right.
You understand? Grieving do not never stop.
I still catch my mama. I catch my mama breaking down now. Yeah. So I'm like, God forbid. Yeah, I don't ever want to know what it's like to lose a child. It hurt as my sibling.
And like for real, like your mom and your pops, like they feel like they have the right person in jail for killing their baby, for killing their little brother.
Yeah, bro, daddy. This is why I believe daddy got sick. This is me from a spiritual standpoint. So I'm not a doctor. Everybody else again miss me with the BS. So I believe from a spiritual standpoint. So in the Bible, there was this king Nebuchadnezzar, right? So Daniel went to Nebuchadnezzar. Right. Daniel told Nebuchadnezzar, get right with God. He's trying to prime him. Nebuchadnezzar don't want to listen. He's stubborn. So God turned him over to his ways. He goes crazy. He think he's an animal, chain himself up, all kind of crazy stuff. Didn't come into his right mind until he repented. So all this stuff come from like hate. So with my dad, I think the dementia started with the hate, because I used to talk to him. We used to pray every night. And then when this happened, and I'll call him and we'll try to talk, daddy didn't want to pray. When I came home, he was different. When I say anger and hatred, you know, when somebody, like, I don't want to say lost their soul, but when it's they a different person. So I said, daddy, this is me. I say, you know, you got to forgive him. I say, we got to forgive him one day, because we want God to forgive us. So this ain't no sermon, but I'm just telling you what happened. And my daddy looked me dead in the eyes and say, I'm going to forgive him when his eyes close. That's what he told me. He said, I'm going to forgive him when his eyes close. And from that day on, daddy, like I said, was all anger and hatred. And then all that spiritual stuff manifests into a physical form. And I believe that's why daddy got sick.
Right. Man,
But they would have to be
that's
on
heavy.
another level, on a
That's
spiritual
heavy.
level, to understand what you're
But
saying.
Right.
A lot of people these days, they're not on that type of time. They're not
Right.
reading no Bible, they're not reading
yeah,
no
I
Bible,
know
they're not doing none of that. So
they not. But
that
the
really
comments,
is.
people in the comments wants to know, like for real, like if it came out that C murder, well, Corey Miller is actually innocent, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, George Thomas, how would you respond to that? And would you accept it? That he's innocent? Are you gonna
Yeah,
still
if
stand
something
on?
came out that shows,
Hold on, wait. Or would you still stand on the evidence that the law provided you? Like
if evidence came out, like that dude told me he had a tape. If it's a tape that actually shows this man is innocent, I want to see it, and I'm all for him being free if he didn't do it. I'm not that hateful, bro. I don't wish nobody to be in jail that don't deserve to be there. Right now, I believe what I believe, that I believe he's guilty and he's there for a reason because of the stuff that I told you earlier. And then I requested to see him. So what E Solid also told me, which I don't know is true, but I have to find out. But I gotta believe E at his word. He said it would be against the law for C to accept a visitation from me. In the feds, now it may be different than the state. In the feds,
yeah,
I know personally, if the victim of the family themselves say that they want to meet, then it's up to you as the person that hurt them to say, yes, I want to meet with them, or no, I don't want to meet with them. And then the warden would accept that. I don't know if that's the same in the state. I know in the feds you can't accept it. So that's why I was like, I want to meet, I want to sit
right,
down, I want to talk to him, I want to read body language. I wanted all that for my own peace of mind.
If you was to talk to him,
right.
what would be 3 questions you would ask?
The first, what happened that night, because I want to hear from his standpoint what happened. The second, if you can take it back, what would it be? And three, what are your I don't want to say feelings, but like what are your thoughts about me and my family? Like, can you say you can't uh sympathize because you didn't do it, but you can empathize? Like you brought up Mac's situation. Mac now states he didn't do it, right, and all the stuff. But when Mac went to his parole board, he apologized to the family for the loss of that person.
Right.
So when C was asked about the fight, you couldn't even admit to being in a fight. So that tells me, like, if you can't even admit to that, and the consensus say you were fighting, so if you can't even admit to the fight, then what are we talking about? That's not a man that say I'm sorry. That's where I'm at with it right now. Again, I just want you to know why I believe what I believe.
Right.
Okay.
He's standing on his business until
So I
something
met
fucking.
I'm gonna give you an example of that, right? So two examples, as a matter of fact, because I get ridiculed for this, and this probably was one of your questions, Boogie. Glenn Metz. So Glenn Metz was a little boy when I was a little boy when Glenn Metz was causing havoc in New Orleans, right? So I don't know that Glenn Metz. I don't know the killer, drug dealer, whomever. The Glenn Metz that I met, first of all, he's short and slim in stature. So he's not the giant or the myth that everybody thinks he was. And then when I met Glenn Metz had been baptized and was a Christian and said he was sorry for all of the stuff that went on. So remember, they gave him 3 life sentences and all that stuff. So the stuff that he was accused of, I never asked him what he was guilty for, what he wasn't guilty for, whatever. But what I'm saying is that's a different man who actually admits to say, hey, I'm at a different point in my life right now. But that's all I really wanted from C Murder, to say. But like I said, I can't even get that. So I want to know. The second one being gangster. I get ridiculed for being jam tight with gangster out here in Dallas. The reason I know gangster is a change man is because I watched this man pay for people from New Orleans, multiple people, to come out here, give them vehicles and put them in places to stay and try to change their life for the better and ask for nothing in return. So a man that's still on some BS not going to do that.
Yeah.
He ain't thinking like that.
Nah. People gonna have the two things they born with, bro. It's an opinion and the asshole.
Right?
Everybody's born with those two things, an opinion and an asshole. Even somebody who's mentally unstable, barely can speak, they have an opinion in their mind. Even if they can't get it out, they still have one. And everybody got an asshole. People gotta understand, bro. Like at the end of the day, this is a situation that is unfortunate that nobody won't be dealing with. Nobody
Right.
want to deal with that. So for you to sit on camera and tell your story and have to get drilled. Shit, I even got drilled, man. Why y'all ain't asked this? All right, I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna say this: if anybody want to come up and speak on behalf of C, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on.
that's the whole thing. That's been my whole thing in the comments. Like, give me somebody that want to get on camera and come speak up. Now, Rock say he won't have to sit down with you.
Yeah, and I like I say, I won't sit down with Rock. I like him. I like the twins. I don't agree with them spiritually, but I like how they run their platform and how they respectful. So I say, hey, we agree to disagree. I don't have no problem with no man. Like I said, my problem is to the ones who comment that either wasn't there. You telling me my information is secondhand, but you got your second and third hand too.
Yeah.
That's the part I think go over a
Right.
lot of people here. Everybody going off what they heard. If you wasn't there, how do you know what really
Right.
happened? And that's that. I
Hey,
pulled my, like I said, I got from what I heard from people that different things took place. And I told you that in the live. Like just the people that I talk to. Like you believe the people you talk to.
Right.
I'm believing the people I talk to. We could agree to disagree, but that don't mean I gotta hate you. I gotta dislike
Right.
you. I
Right.
gotta want to be.
Yeah.
It, we all going off secondhand because nobody was there.
Yes.
at all. I know I wasn't there.
I damn
All
sure
right.
wasn't there. I probably
And
was
then when they,
wrong.
like I said, that's why I was like, all right, I'd rather have the facts. So if somebody else and you telling me you not willing, oh, I know for a fact he ain't do it. Well, why you ain't at the courthouse? Why you ain't writing the affidavits? Why you ain't saying this happened? Or you ain't willing to go that far? If you're not willing to go that far, then you really don't believe that. Or you heard somebody say that, and that's what you standing on.
There's a lot of
Right.
people that's preaching and drawing out the man. You don't do that. We from the streets. We from the streets. We from the street. I
That's a
mean,
myth, man. The streets ain't
if
real. Stop it.
if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't talk to several of his people that's like, yeah, he standing on what he's standing on, and he firm
Right.
with that. But even some of his people that I know was like, man, shit, I'd have been fucking told. So I mean, it's a 50-50, it's a 40-40-20, bro.
So what I
40
like
40
to
20.
tell them, right? So I had lived in my car for like 18 months when I was going through my let down period. So one of my street brothers, he gave me this watch, right? So it has Rolex on it. You see? It's nice. One of my street brothers. As I slowly get on my feet, I went to dropping the watch, not purposely, but it went to like chipping everywhere. So I'm like, damn, this watch cheap. It's not even sturdy. So what? Why is everybody tripping about a Rolex? Chip blocked. I still kept it because he gave it to me, and I'm like, okay, it's sentimental to me. Eventually, stopped ticking everything. I had to change the battery. I'm sorry, stop winding. I had to change the battery, get it to work. I'm like, something's funny about this watch, right? It's just not good. But I still kept it. About maybe 3 years later, I moved into two-story house that I'm in now with my wife. Like I said, she was pregnant. We got a newborn.
Right.
I'm walking around, a van passes, right? And we're in a cul-de-sac on the corner. So as I get to the other side, the van passes. So I see it one time. He make his way around the cul-de-sac. He come the second time. So now my antenna's up because I just saw you.
Right.
So I'm like, what's his MO? I don't know. So I moved to the other side of the street. I'm trying to get back home in case I gotta get shelter and get protection. But before I get there, he pulls in front of me. So now I'm getting ready to go for what I know. But he just rolled down the window. He said, "Hey, you believe in God?" I said, "Yeah." So he hands me a box, silver tan box with the green on top of it, Rolex box. So he like, God told me to give this to you. This is not a prosperity gospel. This is a true story. So he gives me this watch. More sturdy, more durable. Make this one look plastic
Right.
because this one was real. But I didn't know what was real. I didn't know what was fake until I got exposed to what was real. And then the fake watch exposed itself. So that's how I feel about this case too.
That was deep.
That was,
That
yeah,
was deep.
that
That
was
was
nice,
Um,
deep.
right?
I dig it.
And that's the God honest truth too. That's a real story.
It
But I
again,
still
bro.
keep both
It's
watches because like I said, when I give the
fundamental.
story, I want the people to know this looks
Right.
plastic compared to this.
Right.
Anything else that we didn't cover, we didn't talk about that you might want to clear up,
Yeah,
speak
that
to?
I'm not making excuses for Glenn Metz victims if they are any. I'm not even saying it's any. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm not even making excuses for gangsters victims. Um, Respects to those families as well. I'm not glamorizing anything or glorifying anything either. I'm just
Right.
telling you those brothers have changed, and this is the reason I know they have changed. I offer that same grace and mercy to see murder, but you got to talk to me. So I want to hear from you. Hey, what happened? And if it's a you in a different mind state than what actually went on, then like I said, I want to know. I want to hear that. But as of now, right now, on this day, it's still those two things. I need my family to get what they was owed, and I'm not apologizing for that. And I need a sincere apology, more so for my mom and dad, so they can be at peace.
If you had that conversation and he told you who did it, but he
God,
refused to tell the court, huh?
yeah. You
Go
still my
ahead.
bro. Oh my mom, I about to ask him. I promise to God, I about to say, if UNC murder was to talk, they
Hmm.
let's arrange that visit for y'all or sometime, and y'all talk, and you say you want to look at body language and everything. He tell you he didn't do it, and he tell you who did it. Would you sign a petition to start getting them out of that, even though nobody don't know exactly who did it? But he told
And
you,
I
and you a God-fearing
You
man.
and I'm believing body language and everything. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, because I would say I believe what he told me was the truth.
we need to arrange this visit
now
in
you
real
said
life,
you
bro.
and you said now you gotta keep in mind, you said you take a man at his word.
Right, and the body language.
Right.
That was my
So
reason for wanting to, not
so
a
let
telephone.
no,
A,
no, no, look,
oh,
hear me out. What I'm about to say is, being that he's not willing to tell the police by that side of the code, but he's being man enough to tell you, look, I can't give them that, but I can give you and your family that. How many men you know gonna sit there and tell you that, and it's not authentic or genuine? I still won't cooperate with them, but I'll give you and your family what y'all looking for.
Yeah, I want that. If that's the case, I arrange the sit down. I want to sit down. I want body language. I don't want a telephone call. I want to
Right.
sit down with you, whether that's the other side of the wall. And like I said, I'm initiating it, so the warden can't say that he reached out to the family. I reached out to him.
Right.
So I don't know the state rules, but I know in the feds, if the victim of the family reach
Yeah,
out, it's
that
up to
old
that person.
Napoleonic love, bro. That shit is outdated. It's so dated and fucking.
Don't worry about it. We about to put you on the visitor list. We about to sign you up on a visitor list.
And just
Yeah, I
people
mean,
that's out there, I will say this. When he keeps saying that he want to be in person, he don't want phone calls, he want body language, he want to see you, that's because he's spiritual. So when you spiritual and you deep into spirituality, you can really read a person. But that's a story for another day. See, I know about it because I come from a spiritual family. So it's like I can get in front of you and I can read everything about you and it's gonna tell me everything I need to know. So that's where he going with that for y'all people that be in the comments so y'all can understand. Because they probably like, well, what's the difference between a phone call and an in-person visit? He gonna say the same thing either way. No, it's a difference. I get to see your tone of voice. I get to see how your eye moves.
Right.
See your facial expressions. I get to feel you and see if you really remorseful. I can feel all that when you're spiritual. That's a story for another day. So I'm gonna let y'all
Actually, my usher lady, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Make it happen, man.
I got it. Telling y'all, got it. I'm right here with you, George. I'm right here with you.
Yes, ma'am.
all right, bro. Y'all got anything else, bro? I don't want to cut nobody. I don't want to cut nobody short. Nobody. I'm trying to.
Now, I would
Oh,
say
you know
this.
what?
Go
I
ahead.
do, because that was something else that I seen somebody saying you using your the spirituality, the Bible, to try to help keep him in jail because you saying it's the spirit and it's God telling you.
Mhm.
What would you say to that? Like
Those
people
people,
saying that is
nobody,
just
yeah, nobody never heard me say, God told me, dude in jail. To the contrary, I try to use what I know now to help him. I wrote him a
Right.
letter like 3 times, bro. I try to talk to those people on the phone prior to me asking for a sit down. I try to get plenty clarity, and I tell you what was in my kites at the each of any all of them. It was like, hey, even if you did this, I forgive you. My family forgive you, but they need closure. That's when my dad first was getting sick. Like I told you, I said they need closure. So just so you know, you forgiven. So if that's what's stopping you from coming to God, we just want you to get your spirit right. So I never use what I believe as a crutch or anything to keep somebody in prison. What I did say is God know if you guilty or innocent, meaning if you really didn't do it and you willing to come to terms with all of that to get out, then God's going to get you out anyway, because that's who's going to redeem you at the end of the day. But remember,
Right.
we can't have two masters. So you can't tell me that you follow Jesus Christ, but then you also follow the laws of the street. That's that doesn't work. So you can't say I follow God, but hey, I'm not a snitch. That's not this. I don't work like that. That is not possible. You can't serve two masters. So it's either
Right.
I'm willing to get all of this out on the table. This is what's up, and I'm willing to accept these consequences, or I'm standing on my street code and I don't want that. But I would love to sit down with the brother.
Well, I'm just happy you cleared that up, and
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
keep
real.
pushing
That's
it.
deep.
A lot of us, we really behind when it come down to that. So when we hear things, we're not hearing them correctly, and we're gonna assume that that's what you're trying to do. But in
Yeah.
reality, that's not what I have gotten from you. Every time we have talked to you, not the time when you hopped in the live, not the time when I watched the first interview, and not talking to you now on the second interview. To me, you was very humble. You was very understanding. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm just gonna keep it real. Motherfucker kill my brother, bitches fuck you for life. Bitch, you gonna die. Go to hell. Bitch, you're dead
I
already.
didn't.
That's just me. That's just
What
me.
happened? Wait, what happened to that what you were saying on the live earlier? I'm
I'm just
practicing
no,
that.
I'm just
I'm
saying, like
pract.
I'm saying if I
I no,
was George,
I'm talking to Taddy. What she said earlier?
I'm saying
I'm practicing not cursing on the interview.
I am, but it just that just irritates me how people can
And
sit down.
I was there at one time, but like I told you, all stuff kept happening was bad stuff.
Yeah,
So it's a
Right.
difference when they say, okay, when you come into the knowledge of God and you choose not to listen, that your consequences are different.
yeah,
So
Right.
when I came into the knowledge, I couldn't have that same hate because stuff kept happening. I couldn't do what I was doing the first time when I was with my daughter mama. I wanted a wife and a girlfriend. I'm trying to take care of 2 households. And all wondering why I'm having bad luck. Ain't nothing happening. And I end up losing both of them. I end up on the street. I end up homeless for 18 months. So I had to go through that wilderness to understand, to come back, to say, you know what? I get it. I don't want them troubles no more. I'm sorry.
As my grandmother always told me to never hold malice in your heart for nobody.
I'm growing,
You
learning.
don't hold malice in your heart. So
And
Y'all,
some
it's
I even
motivation.
got this from Master P. So again, this is why I'm at where I'm at. Even Master P called and apologized and said nothing he could say
Right.
could bring my brother back. But he said that
Right.
C Murder will come home when he understand what it means to walk with God. So me and P are in agreement with the same stuff. So that's what I mean when I bring that up. So for anybody that say I use religion to keep him in jail, no, I'm actually trying to. If you say religion, I'm trying to use that to bring him home. I want him to be one with God, to be at peace. So I know a lot of killers that change their ways and like actually walking to give back. And the reason I say that, the only way you can give back, because the only way you can take someone's life if you look at them as an object and not as a person. And the only
Right.
way to give back after doing that is to pour into somebody else and not yourself anymore. And that's why I try my best. That's why I say I don't want to hurt nobody. I come in peace. I don't
Right.
want no trouble. But I'm not going to let you do me nothing.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's understandable. But yeah, I will say this: I respect you. You're very so much motivation for me.
My girl,
Because
I'm glad you here, Ash. I
I'm
was waiting
horrible.
for you the first time.
Yeah.
I said, man, where Ash at?
I'm
shit.
horrible, but I'm
Yeah, some
learning. I'm
technical
learning, y'all.
difficulties.
Don't do that. I appreciate all y'all older big brothers I got through the spirit in the cyber world. I appreciate all three of y'all. Y'all, I'm a work in progress. I'm gonna get there one day.
Yes,
Just ain't today.
ma'am. Yeah, you there. You there now to
You better leave
acknowledge
George
it.
alone. George look like he is a retired bomber. They better leave George
No,
alone.
man,
Yeah.
stop it, man. I
Leave him
come in
alone. He
peace.
come in peace.
I'm a Christian,
When a
man.
man say they come in peace, when a
I'm a
man comes
peaceful
in peace,
Christian,
when he
man.
tell you I come in peace.
Now hold on,
All
time
right.
out, dude.
All right.
I really do
Now
gotta
let
ask you a
somebody.
question, George.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Real quick. This is a serious question because
Mm,
I've heard background stories. Now keep in mind, you're a little older than me. I'm a '90s baby, so you gotta help me out.
okay.
So they said that you was in the army or something, and you killed somebody in the army, and that's how you got put in jail.
No, somebody put a knife on me.
Okay,
So he actually hurt
All
one of
right.
my friends.
okay,
He
Well, he
he
ain't kill him, but why? Say the
he
story. I
raped
heard
her
it. Good.
is what he did. So
uh,
she didn't go to the police and then she came to me.
okay,
So I went to him to talk to him. I didn't go for confrontation. I went to clear up. But when I got there, he got irate with me and he pulled the knife on me. So I took the knife and I stabbed him and then I shot him. But he didn't die. He had a punctured lung and a cracked rib, but he came to court and testified on me. And because I was
How
in the
many?
military, that's where I got that time.
So
How
wait,
many
just
holes you had in him? Hold up. You had a what the? I understand. Wait, that came from the stab wound, but what the shot? What the bullet wound
Yeah, well,
did?
you know how it is when you like black out, bro. You know how it is when you in the middle of that. I was actually scared for my life. He pulled the knife on me. So once I took the knife and I stabbed him, I like just black out and I shot him like 3 times.
I just want to know how they gonna send you to jail for something they train you to do. You train me
Because
to do.
because they said that
They
I
don't
had
train
the
you to do
upper
that.
hand. I done too much stuff to say it was self-defense.
Nigga,
Man,
he
they
over.
did that. So let me
Over.
guess. He was white or black?
They
He
Yeah.
was white, huh?
let, let
Yeah, he
listen.
was. He was
They
what?
train you to do that when they want you to do that, not when you need to or
To
want to do
the
that.
people
Yeah,
they
because I've
want
been
you to
doing
do
my
that
background
to.
for y'all.
Yeah,
'Cause
they got they picks on who they want you to do that to. Not you can't just do it.
I always said I wanted
not
to ask
Nike.
that question. If I had a chance to
Yeah.
ask something, that would be a question.
No, I answered, but I'm telling you how karma works too. So I'm gonna tell y'all another story. So in 2016, 2017, while all this stuff's still going on as well. So I told Boogie I actually work in IT. So at this time we used to travel and we was doing stuff with AT&T. And out of all places, we go to Lafayette. I won't say the hotel because I still go there till this date. But we get there in Lafayette. I got two guys that work under me. So they in the gazebo smoking. So the security guard comes. So the security, good old boy. So he's talking crazy to them, but he's not saying nothing to the white people on the other side. So before they act irate, I try to, clear it up. I want to be diplomatic. So I say, hey, they with me. If they causing a problem, let me know. I'll talk to them. He not hearing me. So now again, I try to do things right. I'm like, let me talk to the manager. So I go inside. The manager of this hotel tells me that he hires security for a reason, that he's doing his job. So I say, you know what? Before things escalate, we're going to check out and we just going to go somewhere else. So now security coming back talking crazy. So I say, hey, don't talk to me like we share last names. We packing up, we leaving. So before he could say anything else at this part is I talk to you any way I want to. But before he get the nigger out, I pulled him like over the counter. And now I'm on top of him, like hitting him. And I feel it was like love taps on me. So then the other two come and they grab me. So now my white shirt is soaked in blood. He was stabbing me while I was punching him. But I didn't feel like the stabbing. And then I hear the pow. And then I'm shot one time, like right here, but it's like a grazing. So now Lafayette police come. I get arrested for assault on a police officer.
For a security guard?
Yeah, he was a police officer working security. He was off duty.
I got you.
I didn't know this, but I'm saying, so my story is what I did to get locked up happened to me in a different form.
Damn.
Right.
Wow, that's deep.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I had to sit in Lafayette General for probably like 2 weeks to heal and get stitched up too. And then yeah, man, I just want to share the story for karma purposes. That's it. But yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, shout out to you for giving us that exclusive.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy,
For
man.
real.
Say, bro, again, we appreciate your time because as we always tell our lifers, this is something you can't get back. We had like an hour and 30 plus minutes of time that you'll never get back in your life. It don't go backwards. It just keep going. So, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you again. And this time, we had some tougher questions because the comments, and I'm more of a show when they come back out, is gonna be some more.
Yeah, you're gonna have more. I know the trollers gonna troll, but like I say, I got used to that now.
I gotta go to the gym and work out and get ready for this because I already.
Yeah, we might have to round 3, bro.
Yeah, if you need me, bro, let me know. And if I'm ever in that way, because I told you I come over there a lot. I just ain't know y'all was that close.
Man,
that's what you gotta do. When you touch down, because that boy could cook. Ooh, you got my boy.
Oh yeah, and I can eat, boy.
Yeah, bro. You gotta get a people a positive, bro. And we out because this dude didn't just. I'm gonna lie though, if you do, I'd be looking for a reason to have a party. But go ahead. Yeah,
no.
Yeah, you got. I gotta come. I gotta bring the wife. She from Trinidad. Yeah, y'all.
Pull up,
yeah,
man.
it's gonna be good.
I messed with the Trinidad. Yeah, my great grandma was Trinidad on my daddy's side. I like that.
Oh yeah, see, Ash, we here, girl. We here.
Wait, your wife crazy too?
Yeah, is she from the island?
Okay, all right. That explains that explains it. Go ahead, George. Give me positive. We about to get up out of here. George got to go to work. Huh? Yeah,
I think
go
I need
ahead,
to call
George.
my
Give me.
mama and tell her that you insulting the Jamaicans and the Trinidad and the Haitians.
Nah,
And
I
all
didn't
that.
say nothing about your mama or nobody else. I just asked one simple question. Go ahead, George.
The positive, man, is the karma I told y'all. What goes around comes around. So if you put out negative energy gonna come back to you. If you put out positive energy gonna come back. So if y'all can hate people for no reason, you could just send out that same love, man.
Right.
In
Agreed.
real
In
life, though,
real life,
man.
though.
We salute
My
you, bro. We appreciate your
Salute y'all.
time.
my positive is to
You ain't got
always.
no positive. This ain't your interview. This George interview. That's it. We ain't
So we
doing no
don't do
positive.
positives. Why we?
That's it.
I
That's
don't
it.
know what you talking about. I'm out of here. Ah!
Tiny,
That's
you
it.
supposed to say at